Welcome to our first social media webinar. I'm Amy, the social media manager here at Easy Fundraising, and I'd like to introduce you to my colleague, Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
We've started this series of webinars to help our causes use social media effectively to sign up supporters and raise donations. Even if you don't have access to the cause you support's official social media channels, there's still loads of ways that you can get involved and promote your good cause. Christmas is the busiest time of year for us here at Easy Fundraising, with thousands of donations being collected every day. We all know that it's really easy to raise with Easy Fundraising, but sometimes people simply forget. This webinar is designed to help you understand a bit more about social media, then use those learnings to help you in your everyday cause promotions and ultimately promote your Easy Fundraising good cause. We'll start with how to inspire your audience to take action and get involved with your cause on social media. Then we'll take a look at Facebook, one of the main platforms that you'll be using, and we'll clarify some of the terminology around the differences between profiles, pages, and groups. Next, we'll discuss storytelling and how social media can help you tell your good cause's story and bring to life the great work that you're doing. Some of you will be aware of the tools that we have on our website. They're completely free and they help you spread the word. We'll take a quick look at these and how to use them. And finally, I'll give you a quick intro to some of the scheduling tools that are available to you to help make your life easier. Okay, so how do you use social media to inspire your audience to take some action? The number one reason that people use the internet these days is to access social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. A recent study showed that 55% of people who engaged with charities and social enterprises via social media were inspired to take further action. This could have been joining a mailing list, signing a petition, or even donating. Social media presents a real opportunity for fundraisers to connect with their audience. We know from our own research that causes who regularly promote their cause raise 6 times more than other causes. They also go on to sign up 6 times as many supporters. This makes sense because the people connected with you in your social community have connected with you for a reason, and now you can offer them a really easy way to be part of your good cause and develop a stronger relationship through social media. One of the things people often ask me is, what is the difference between a person, a page, or a group? There's loads of overlapping features and it can be quite confusing on Facebook. So let's be clear on the differences.
Okay, thanks, Amy. So can you tell me then, what's the difference between a person or somebody who has a Facebook profile?
So a person and a profile are actually the same thing. It's just people talk about them in different ways. A profile is a single individual. It's a person like you and me. This is how we connect with our friends and our family on Facebook. Everybody that uses Facebook needs to have a profile. These are non-commercial and they shouldn't be used as a business. A profile owner connects with friends, they join groups, and they like pages to see updates in their timelines.
Okay, so a profile is a person. So what is a page then?
A page is the timeline for an organisation, a business, or a brand. Anyone can go and create a page, but Facebook has got lots of checks in place to make sure that only official representatives can create and manage a page for an organisation. A page requires a profile owner to manage it, so that's a profile or a person, and a page is public. So any status updates come from the organisation and not the individual. One of the huge advantages that I can see from using a page is that they come with scheduling tools and there's insights. There's a built-in analytics platform within there that allows you to track how your posts are performing.
Okay, and so what is a group then?
So a group, you can think of it as similar to a discussion forum. It's a collection of individuals who come together with a shared interest. A group allows members to share photos, links, updates, and more. There's 3 privacy options, so you can have a public group where anyone can join. You can have a closed group where you have to ask to join, or you have to be invited, or a secret group that people won't be able to find unless you send them a link to it. And again, you have to invite people to be part of that.
Okay, so for example, if we're looking at a PTA, they might have a group of parents who then collectively can discuss topics relating to the school. But then the school can also have a page where they would publish official updates and news from school, perhaps, which would be their public facing voice. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. There's no sort of hard and fast rules about which method that you should go for when using these for social media and communications to your audience. But I'd recommend really to raise the profile of your cause to a wider audience. Setting up a page is a good idea.
Great. Well, that makes it a bit more clear for me. Thanks.
So telling your story, this is really important, and social media offers you a great way to tell the story of your cause. It's a place where you can take your audience on a journey with you and show them the real differences that you're making. The best thing that you can do is share authentic stories about your cause, about your people, and do it regularly. So you can post photos, videos, updates, links, focus on the everyday work that your cause does. Do things like share pictures of your beneficiaries or your service users. We know photos are really important because they stand out in our busy timelines on Facebook. And this applies to Twitter too. A really powerful way of telling your stories through quotes from your volunteers, your service users. You can put these in status updates with a nice picture, or even create a picture with a quote overlaid on the top. Nowadays, you don't really need to be a graphic designer to edit images. There's loads of free tools out there. There's one that I use myself, which is called Canva, and perhaps in the future I'll write a blog post on introducing you on the easy ways that you can change and edit images. But that makes it really easy just to make them the right size, crop them, add text, and really make them personal to your cause. And one of the biggest tips I'll give you is just don't forget to be human. Telling your story on social media is about, you need to develop your own tone of voice, you need to start conversations, and you need to join in other conversations with your community. And Twitter can be great for this. I mean, every Tuesday there's the #Charity Tuesday, and you'll find thousands of like-minded individuals all discussing fundraising. Get involved in that conversation by retweeting or quoting other people or replying to some of those, and really get that dialogue going. So last Friday, I sent out the first dedicated social media email. And this included your suggested posts and some key stats about how your cause has raised through shopping. It's important to note that this doesn't include donations raised through referrals or through our easy search. It is just those that have been raised through shopping. And the reason I mention this is quite a few people came back and asked questions around those numbers. So just remember, this is about donations raised through shopping. I put these key stats in there to help you tell your easy fundraising story. You just need to add a bit of context to bring it to life. I can show you some examples of causes that are doing just that. I'm just going to take us into Facebook now. So this is the Fox Project. You can see that they've shared a picture of a beautiful fox, and they've put information on there about how many supporters they've got, and they're thanking their supporters for raising, and they've used their own picture to really bring it to life and make it relevant to their audience. Another good example, who've used it in a slightly different way, is the Colostomy Association. So they've shared a link to their cause page, and they've added in their own photo, and I can show you how you do that later. And again, this is really making it relevant to their audience. They've told people about easy fundraising, they've told them that they can raise donations every time they shop, and they've used their own picture and brought it to life that way.
That looks really good, Amy. I like that. It draws my eye to it as well.
Yes, it's a really powerful tactic. And we know that these really do work to get audiences engaged, get them signing up and get them shopping. Another way that you can use some of the information that we've given you is just share your posts and introduce your audience to Easy Fundraising. Tell them how it works. There's loads of pictures and videos on our website that you can use to help you, and we'll show you these in a sec. And more importantly, give people that reason to join to support you. Tell them what the donations they collect through their online shopping will go towards. There's such a variety of causes out there, and one size never fits all. So it's about giving them that real reason, providing, whether that's providing a community Christmas lunch, whether it's rescuing an abandoned animal who needed a home this Christmas, whether it's a school trip to the panto. Whatever it is, let your audience know. Help them make that connection between online Christmas shopping, raising donations, and making a real difference to your cause. One of the things we do know works really well is sharing your targets. So set yourself a fundraising target through Easy Fundraising. It helps people get off to a great start, but it also works for our causes that have been raising for a longer period, because it gives you something to focus on. And using social media is a great way to communicate those targets. So why not set a festive fundraising target? Use all the information that's in the email that I've sent you and let your supporters know how close you are to hitting that target. So at Christmas, we know we're going to spend more and more and more through online shopping. And you need to make sure that your supporters are remembering to collect those valuable donations for you every time that they shop. Try things like encouraging them to get the app or the toolbar, just to keep reminding them. And again, remember to set that context and always highlight how this will help your cause. And then when you've got all these people raising, all these people shopping for you, celebrate that success. I mean, Christmas is such a busy time, and in no time you should see those donations starting to pile up. So when you've hit your targets or you've reached key milestones, use social media as a chance to thank your supporters. Tell them how the donations are helping. It's your chance to show them that something really simple really does work and is really rewarding. Whatever you do, always make sure that you share the web address to your cause page. That way people can click directly from there and sign up to support you. If you're using a picture in your post on Facebook, you can do it in two different ways, as we saw from the Fox Project and the Colostomy Association. So you can either upload it as a link or you can upload it as an image post. It's a really good idea to mix these two up and see which works for you. I'll show you what I mean by going into Facebook. So I've got an example Good Cause Facebook page here that I use. So what I'm going to do is paste in the link to my cause page, and Facebook will automatically pull through pictures from the website. Now what I want to do is use one of the how it works images that we have on the Raise More section of the website. So what I need to do is upload one of those. I've pre-downloaded it, and then I deselect the others. Now you can see how that is pulled through as a link. So what I'll do is I can then add my own copy to the top of that post, explain what I'm raised for, then I'll publish that to Facebook. And that will publish it as a clickable link. So anywhere that your audience clicks within that post, it will then open up your cause page on the website. Alternatively, you can simply upload as a picture, paste your link in, add your commentary, and publish. Now, Facebook has an algorithm that decides who sees what, and it's just really important to keep changing and keep trying different things and seeing whether images work best for you or whether link posts with images embedded work better for you.
How can you see that, Amy? What works better?
There's an insight section within Facebook, so I haven't got it activated at the moment for this page, but when you're running a public page, because this one's just a test, you can't see it on there, but what you'll find at the top up here, you'll see an insight section, and then what you can do is just click on the insights and it will tell you how many people have clicked an individual post, how many people have clicked to expand a picture and see more on there, and you'll be able to just see which works best.
Oh, that's great. Because you'd like to see whether people are responding, or is that where you can also see how many people are sharing and are actually clicking through and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see all that sort of information in there, and it's really useful. The one thing I do say though is you have to keep adapting. The algorithms that tell Facebook what to display in people's news feeds just keep on changing. So it's just a case of trying different things, seeing what works. When something works, keep an eye on it. If it changes and it stops working, then switch back to trying links again. It's just keep being adaptive and giving people a variety of ways to connect with you and a variety of ways to see your. So we'd like to show you some of the Christmas tools that we've got in the Raise More section of our website. These are fundraising tools that can help you spread the word, sign up more supporters and raise even more. Jenny, can you show us around?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, Amy, if you could bring us to the sign-in page. So let's imagine you guys at home, you're signing into your own Easy Fundraising account. You should see this type of page. Now, over the last few weeks, you might have noticed that our page looks slightly different. We're currently going through a rebranding phase, and although we've moved on quite a bit, we've not been able to touch up every single page. So as I'm showing you around, you might notice that once in a while you'll see our old logo and our old branding again. But our website is fantastically working, and now even better so with the promotion area where you can find the tools that Amy was talking about. So when you go with your mouse to promote my cause and you click on spread the word, you get a long page full of loads of ideas that will help you to promote Easy Fundraising amongst your supporters and amongst your club members. If you're a PTA, amongst the parents in the school. We'll just quickly scroll down. As you see here on the top, this is your web address link that Amy was telling you about earlier that she used when she copied and pasted it into Facebook. And again, straight from here, you can click on Facebook, and from there on, you can upload it directly onto your Facebook page. No, I shouldn't say page, I should my Facebook profile. See, I've learned something. Thanks, Amy. And then we scroll down. This is where your Christmas fundraising package is. Now we'll look at that one in a second. Just to give you an idea, there's some more posters and flyers on here as well. Again, they're editable. You can put in the web address link that we've created for you to hang them up in the clubhouse, leave them with the school secretary to hand them out to the parents. Somebody even said to me recently, put them on the toilet door. Like, okay. Here are the Facebook and the Twitter messages that we were talking about. And if you click on view more posts, you'll see a huge selection. It'll take a quick second to come up. And here we are. So we've got the images that Amy was talking about. So first of all, you could download the image. And then once you've downloaded it and you're on your Facebook page, that is where you can then download it from there on. Is that right?
Yeah, so you download them from this section of the website, and then when you're in Facebook, you then just go in and add them as pictures, or you add them as that image preview.
Brilliant.
One thing to mention about these ready written social posts, what it will do is, first time when you use them, is if you are using Facebook, you click the button and a pop-up will appear asking you for permission to post on your behalf to your Facebook profile. You only have to accept this once and then it'll remember next time. But this will only post to your profile, not to a page and not to a group. And it will only post when you tell it to, so we're not going to go out posting on your profile on your behalf.
That's good.
But if you do want to post these onto a group or to a page, all you need to do is just copy and paste them directly from in here. So
very simply, you just highlight it, copy it.
Yeah.
Like that, and then when you're on your Facebook page, you just simply paste it.
Paste it in as a status update, and then that gives you the opportunity to include, that little bit of personalisation about the reasons that you're raising. So it's about tailoring them and making them your own.
Excellent. So I could download that image, upload on my Facebook, and then highlight this copy, this piece of pre-written Facebook text, and paste it under there, and I've got an image and a message from Easy Fundraising.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's absolutely correct.
Oh, Right, so I'll scroll down, and we've done the same for Twitter messages as well. As you see, they tend to be a lot shorter, as Twitter messages need to be. But there's great ones that remember to raise Christmas this for a Facebook post. And the reason, as Amy already said earlier, the reason we've got so many different posts to choose from is to give you something to put up on Facebook on a weekly basis, on a 2 weekly basis. I would say at this time of year, I don't think you can do overkill. And the nice thing about it is you're never asking anybody for any money. So don't ever feel bad when you put a Facebook message up. You're just asking them, to do that extra click or to remind them.
Brilliant. Well, that takes us on to the next thing I wanted to quickly talk to you about. So we've outlined telling your story. We've cleared up whether you're sharing as a person, a group, or a page. And we've shown you how you can get some inspiration around what you're actually posting. The last thing I wanted to touch upon was scheduling and making sure that you post at the right time and how often you should post. So just pop back to the presentation. What you really need to do is think about your audience and when they'll be online. As we mentioned earlier when we were in Facebook, there's the insight section. So you can have a look at that and that'll give you a good guide of when your audience is online, when they're using Facebook. But really for Facebook, we're talking weekdays between 6 and 8 in the morning and early evenings. For Twitter, it can be more later on in the evening. It's one of those things that people often use in between advert breaks. They're tweeting about TV programs that they're watching. But thinking about Facebook, they've made things easy for you because they've included a scheduling tool. As Jenny mentioned, it's difficult for us to say exactly how many times you should post. It's more about what you've got to say. So if you've got plenty of stories to tell, there's no reason why you shouldn't be posting about easy fundraising every week or a couple of times a week. It really depends on what else you've got to say. I think as a guide to start you off, try posting once a week on Facebook. And then try different ways of telling that story. And when you've decided what the best time for your audience to be online, use that scheduling tool, add your posts in, schedule them in advance, and then you can set a whole month's worth up and just let them go. For Twitter, because it's real time, I think it's better to post more frequently. So perhaps 3 to 4 times a week. And people only really will generally see your posts if they're online at that time. There's no built-in scheduling tool, but there are plenty of third-party tools out there that are free to use, and you can just download, sync them to your Twitter account, and they'll post for you. I've been testing one at the moment. It's called Buffer. It's really good because you just load up all the tweets that you want to go out, and then it looks at the times that your audiences are likely to be online, and it will deliver tweets then, so you're getting more chance of hitting your audience when they are online.
Oh, they're so clever, aren't they, nowadays?
And one of the biggest tools that's totally free is Hootsuite. It's really simple, it's really easy to view, and it's all in one dashboard. So you can see all your incoming tweets, all your scheduled tweets. You can even set up searches of areas that you might be interested in. It could be fundraising searches, and it could be the latest thinking in social media, whatever it is that you're interested in. You can see that in one simple feed. So have a look into those and just find out really what works for you and what's going to help you deliver your messages to your audience at the right time.
Right. So if anybody's got any there you go. Any questions? What's the best way to get in touch with you, Amy?
Well, hopefully we've given you some food for thought on how you can use social media ahead of this busy Christmas shopping period. We have a blog, so you can find the blog. There's a link to it from our website where we'll be putting social media advice up there, so you can comment in the blog if you've got any questions. You can email me. I'm on social media at easyfundraising.org.uk, or you can ask any questions you've got on Twitter, which is at easyuk. And anything you've got to ask about, whether that's about using some of your tools, whether it's a bit of advice on social media and how you can be more effective, just get in touch in any of those ways and I'll get back to you.
Brilliant. Right.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for your help, Jenny.
You're welcome. Thank you. I've learned a lesson or two here.